What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh,
Period. So anyway, we're going to address the elephant in the room. Just kidding. Ain't no elephant because I don't live in no zoo. But we had a whole episode recorded for y'all last week. And then the devil tried to steal our joy. Hallelujah.
I mean, I was sad, but I mean, it is what it is. I understand stuff happens, but that was just so unfortunate. I'm sad.
I know. That's what happened when you record while you also working. Whoops.
Period. And that, what's the little girl we saw on Instagram? And period. And I mean it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. You be sending me her darn video. That's the one who was selling the lip gloss. Okay, so first things first, I want to give some updates, I guess you could say. Just some stuff maybe we well, my update last week was just about John Lewis. I just want to send him, you know, an RIP to him and also my gratitude for all that he has done for the Black community. You will never, ever, ever be forgotten. That's on period.
Okay, period. And I mean it.
So I have a question for you. What so now that we have both received our Fenty skin order,
okay,
what are your thoughts?
So here's the thing. So I am a person who is really big on skincare. I spend hundreds of dollars on skincare. I think that anybody who follows me on social media knows that. So with Fenty skin, I will say that I think that what she was trying to do with it is make something that is good for all skin types and also multi-purpose looks. I mean, not multi-purpose looks, but multi-purpose uses.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that she should have just stuck to the game plan and just did, you know, like especially for the fat water, even though that is my favorite part of it. The fat water, I personally like toner where I can pour on cotton pad and see the dirt come off of my skin. Like I get joy from doing it. So I don't like the fact that it's a serum and a toner in one. However, what I've done is I just incorporated my normal skin routine and then use that as well. So I'll use my own like witch hazel and then put that on top. With the cleanser, I understand that it is a makeup remover and a facial cleanser, which that's cool. I don't mind that. But I do like my facial cleansers more frothy and lathery.
Me too.
It wasn't bad though. It does lather a little bit, but I do like it more frothy because I feel like it is it makes my skin feel clean. I don't know if y'all familiar with at MAC. They have a cleanser called Lightful Seat, and it's frothy, and this shit is bomb. Like, I honestly need to buy another one. I haven't used it in years because I've been trying other stuff, but that stuff used to be bomb. And SPF is just SPF. I mean, honestly, I do require, for me personally, I like a stronger SPF than 30. I would rather do a 50, but if you've had experience with SPF or any type of sunscreen, you know that it leaves like a white cast on your face. Which I hate, and I used to put it on anyway just because I know I needed sunscreen because I have tattoos on my face and my arms and stuff, so I put sunscreen on a lot because I don't want my tattoos to fade. But I like that it turns invisible real quick. I mean, it's simple for the price point. I think it definitely is very simple because it's like $25 and then whatever, for the prices. So I feel like the price is worth it. If you're looking for something life-changing, this is not it. This is literally just something to add to your everyday routine. I don't know. I like it. I'm going to keep it, but I understand if you don't like it. I understand why.
Yeah. So I didn't like any of it. Just to be totally honest. So number one, it was a little pricey to me. So over the past year, I have been able to identify like which products really work for my skin, and they don't cost nearly as much as what this costed. Now, obviously, I do consider Fenty a premium brand, and so I will, if I like something enough, I will pay more for it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I really like it. So similar to what you said, I didn't like that the face wash didn't get sudsy. It's just some satisfaction with that. It makes me really feel clean. When I take makeup off, I try to, I use wipes first. I just to me, it just gets a better deep clean out of it. And Same for like what you said with the toner. I like to wipe my toner off with a cotton ball and see the dirt come off. With this, I feel like it just kind of lets it lay on my face. So if I didn't get it out with the face wash, then it's just gonna be there for life. And then lastly, the moisturizer with the sunscreen, it just that and the face wash just had too much of a perfumey smell, and that doesn't make me feel clean or safe. So. Yeah. I did break out like the next day, which is not really abnormal for me when I try new products, but I just didn't like walking around with it. I will say that once the moisturizer like dried up, my face felt really soft, which is opposite of what I use. I use Pond's, which is very creamy and thick, but I don't have a problem with that because it makes my face look all glossy all day. But I just wasn't. I can't lie, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, the fat water is my favorite part of it. And that's because I feel like I will use it more so for the serum part of it.
Okay.
Because of the feel of it. It makes my skin feel really soft. And it did say it was pore refining, which I can see that too, honestly, because when I was using it, like my skin was really soft and I didn't really see any pores, even though I don't really have any.
Yeah, I never had a pore issue.
I have. I definitely have had pore issues in the past. But I just like how it feels. Like it makes my skin feel real hydrated, which I really love that. And then I feel like the moisturizer used with that tones down some of that oil, because once I put it on, it didn't mattify it, but it definitely toned it down to more like a satin finish. So I really like that. I've been using it. I didn't use it today. I use my regular Urban Skin RX. It makes my skin feel clean.
Yeah. So, and even with Urban Skin, it has that smell but it's not perfume. It's like a
like natural.
Yeah.
I don't mind the smell though from Fenty, because I've had stuff that have like a little scent to it. As far as my skincare, so I don't mind it, but I get it.
Yeah, oh well. I still support Rihanna, and honestly, if she comes out with a line that's more tailored to people with dry skin, I'll try it again. Like it's no tea. I mean, it's no shade. I have a couple of talking points that I have in my show notes today, and it's just stuff that kind of have occurred over the time from honestly before the last episode was recorded and up until today. So I thought we just have some chitter chatter on what's going on in pop culture.
Okay, culture. Come on, Nee, culture.
One thing I do want to say is welcome to all of our new listeners. We definitely got a lot of new listeners from our last episode, and we got some new reviews, which I am highly and forever grateful for. So thank y'all.
Thank y'all, or whatever.
Hope that y'all were able to go back and listen to previously recorded episodes until today. Until this episode has come out, and I hope you like it, and I hope you stay. And if you don't stay, I'm going to find you, and God sees all.
Okay. Why you have to take stuff so far, man?
Okay, so no, this was something that was on the timeline last week, and it was really frustrating me because I feel like when people have these Twitter debates, there is no right or wrong answer, right? I mean, it can be, but a lot of times it all is like dependent upon other things. Exactly. Yeah. So the topic at hand was splitting a baecation. Basically, girls was like, I ain't splitting no vacation, or I ain't doing this. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to split a vacation. So first of all, there was one person who said that that basically, a trip to this place and back for two people only costs like $1,000. So what you really saying is you broke, sir? Like saying the dude don't want to split the trip because he broke. Okay. This is my take. Okay. So if I don't know a guy that well, or if we're just getting to know each other, I don't know if I'll be okay with splitting the trip. I think that's my first perception on that. So, for example, I have been in relationships for maybe less than a year and a half. And I think that, maybe towards the 2-year mark. Okay, let me try to reword how I'm saying this. It just depends on where you are in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just met a dude and y'all been talking for maybe a couple months and you want to go somewhere, my personal opinion is I'm not splitting the trip. I just think that kind of sets the tone when you do stuff like that early in a relationship on how things will go later on. Like I've talked to dudes before who gave me broke boy vibes. And if we split a dinner or a date or whatever the case is early on, I already know what it's given for the rest of the relationship. That's just is what it is. Now, for me and myself and my relationship, we split trips, but it's a whole lot of stuff that I never pay for all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And so,
I know. I always call you out on your boyfriend being a black king, because when I tell you are you are well taken care of. Okay.
And so for me, it's just not, to me, splitting a trip is something. So number one, there's two things to this, and this might be TMI, but we have a joint credit card. And so with our credit card, we accumulate points that can be redeemed towards travel. So really, neither of us pay for the trip because we get points based off the stuff that we spend. So anyway, but whenever we have a balance on the trip, I mean, maybe like $500 or whatever the case is, we'll just split it. And to me, it's just not even that deep because I want to go just like he want to go. But when we go, he pay for dinner, he'll buy me, you know what I'm saying? It's just not that deep. But I do think there are different types of women with different types of demands, which is why I can't be mad at somebody for feeling like a dude is broke because they want to split a trip. Because there's a lot of dudes out here that might want to split a trip under the guise of I want to see what she about, but they really are broke. But I think that when you have a real man, it's different. That's why a lot of these conversations I can't even hop in because to them it's like, oh, you think he a good man? I'm like, no, listen.
Oh my God.
But you know, and that's why I don't like having these Twitter debates. I think it's entertaining, but sometimes people be so out. I just feel like it's not fair to expect. To me, okay, number one, I have always been extremely independent. So to me, it's satisfying to get my own stuff. A lot of girls, you know, they want somebody to buy them a car, pay their bills, pay their rent, which is fine. I would love to have my bills taken care of, but I love working and I love making money. And so me buying it, like buying my own home or paying my mortgage, made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So to each their own, but I just wanted to share my little opinion on that because me and my man, we're going to split a trip, baby. But I promise you, he probably paid for me to get my hair done. You know,
yes.
I'm just saying. So it's just like, so I think that
no, for real. Honestly, I was just gonna piggyback off of what you said. Honestly, so with me, it's different. Obviously, I'm in a gay I will be in a gay relationship, meaning two guys. So at the end of the day,
that's what that means.
Just in case somebody didn't know. So realistically, with stuff like that, I feel as if we're both men and we both need to just handle our weight. Now, if it comes to something like if we've been dating for years and this is a gift, like if I'm taking you on a trip for your birthday, I understand if I paid for the trip or if he paid for the trip. I understand that because it'll be a gift.
Right.
But if y'all just decide to go to Hawaii or something, I don't see the big deal about y'all splitting the trip, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like when it comes to a woman and a man, I think what happens is this is another instance to where social media has ruined people's thought process. So they see these things where like guys are showing off buying their girlfriends cars and Birkin bags and all this other stuff, and then of course you're gonna sit back and be like, oh damn, this is how life is supposed to be. My man supposed to be buying me shoes, clothes, cars, and Birkin bags and all this other stuff just so I can kind of show it off on social media like, aha, da-da-da-da-da, you know, whatever the case may be. No, that ain't how the real life goes. I mean, if you really look at like the average person who lives everyday life, they don't live like that. I mean,
exactly. And it's not impossible to find that, but you can't just be having those kind of demands for the everyday guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it kind of messes me up too sometimes in relationships because guys feel like when you know we approach each other or however the case may go, that they have to have everything together as far as like they gotta have money to do this and do that. I do play around. I mean, I listen to City Girls, so of course I play around and say some stuff sometimes, but I don't expect people to do that because at the end of the day, I can hold my own weight. Like if I want something or if I want something done, it's going to be done. Like I don't care how long it'll take me, but I definitely will have it. It's no shade. So I don't need anything from you, but I would want to build something with somebody. So with that being said, everything has to be 50-50. Not even just materialistic stuff or trips or whatever, but we just have to come equally. Like it doesn't make any sense. I never want to be in this. I don't know about nobody else, but I used to be broke in one point in life. And one thing that really bothers me, and it still bothers me to this day, is to ever fix my mouth to ask somebody for something. Whether it's a boyfriend, a friend, anybody, I don't like that. So I would rather be the type of person where I'll handle it myself. If you want to help me on it, or if you want to offer some help, that's cool. But I just can't fix my mouth. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, and like I said, I think it just comes with having a mature partner because think about it, and this is not me picking sides or taking the side of a man, But what it seems, it's like, so this dude supposed to just break bread on every single woman he date. That's how dudes end up getting used. So it's like, is it fair for me to expect him to be cashing out and we just met? And maybe he is that type of guy, but I know my man ain't broke. And so I can't even be, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them be like, oh, he a broke dude, but I just be, it's just interesting to me that people have those demands, but everybody comes up differently. They have different expectations. I don't. I want a good man who I know will take care of me. And if splitting the trip is a make or break, then we should have never been together. Because to me, it's not even.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So I'm gonna keep splitting trips, and y'all gonna keep waiting on somebody who's gonna finally pay for a trip. Let me know how that go.
Okay, you take so too far. Also, y'all be getting these cars from these dudes that they be putting in their name, so when y'all break up, they take it back.
Oh, let me speak on that.
Just to let you know, y'all getting stuff bought for y'all from these dudes is definitely getting bought in their name. So when y'all break up, they definitely can take it back if they want to.
Right. You know, it's so funny. And I'm going to speak on this briefly because I am writing an episode around this. But a lot of people was talking junk about Ari getting that Lambo truck from Moneybag Yo, talking about, oh, he probably leased it. If y'all knew better, y'all would lease the car too. And that's that's on period. Anyway. So my next question is, it's going to be like a little one-off. But have you ever bought like fake designer before?
I never bought fake designer, but I know you remember when we was in high school. Okay, I tell people about this all the time.
What?
No, because I really have a problem with fake stuff. Like I really do, because and it's not even that it's fake, because I understand like what people do with their money is their business. I understand that, but I think that what happened with Atlanta at the moment is that Atlanta is so materialistic that sometimes it does rub off on me just because I'm around these type of people who accumulate these type of things. That, you know what I'm saying? This is a part of my job. But sometimes I find myself like wandering off on these websites and be like, oh, I can afford this. Maybe I should get it. But then I'm like, But in high school, me and Alicia used to...
Okay, first you discovered this place first. So make sure they know that.
Okay, and I stumbled across it. It ain't like I just.
Okay, but not me and Alicia. Like we didn't just find it together. You got
stuff from there too, so it don't matter.
Okay, it do matter because I ain't know. Anyway,
anywho,
it's triggering.
It used to be this street term called the Spot back in the day.
It's still a term today.
It was a street term called the Spot. So like, you would go to the Spot to get all the shoes, and they would be like for a low price. So like for back to school, I would just have like 4 or 5 pair of shoes to go back to school because we went to the Spot, and the Jordans.
That was DD's Fashions. You need to get it right. That was the name of it.
Oh, I didn't know the name of it, but I said the Spot. We got
they just take a little pressure off of it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a boutique.
I ended up getting. And the thing about it is, I had real Jordans. Like I had.
Me too. We all did.
But it was the simple fact that I can go in here because I didn't even know that fake Jordans existed at that time. So I was like, oh damn. So I was getting like $60 J's. I would get 3-4 pair wearing back to school. Like it was. Oh my goodness, it was just a mess. So that's probably the only thing. It took me a minute to realize they were fake because after a while they would start being flat. Like the bottom part would be flat.
And you ain't worn but one time.
Yeah, and they would be folding up. So I'm like, oh hell no! Like I used to, and from that moment, I was able to just clock everybody's shoes that was fake. Like I can look at some shoes and be like, oh, the way them motherfuckers bending up. Fake.
Let me tell you. Okay, so let me share my perspective on that. Okay, so yes, we went to the Spot. You know, it never hit me that this stuff was fake. And like you said, I knew stuff was fake, but to me, it was fake if you got it from the flea market. I didn't know that people outside the flea market was selling fake stuff. So it didn't even hit me. And I remember when we went, you remember I used to want them 7s. You probably don't remember, but it was these yellow, black, and white 7s I used to want so bad. Yeah. And we went in there, and I was like, you got them 7s? She was like, we're getting them soon. I'm thinking in my head, getting them soon? They usually be sold out. But okay, I'll wait for them. But I had got some FO1s out of that, and I remember this dude in my class in school, I think it was, I ain't gonna say his name, hold on. I think it was Joe. And he was like, hey, why your FO1s look like that? I'm just saying, they don't normally look like. He really was roasting me. And I was so embarrassed because it wasn't until that moment that I realized that they was bubbling up. I mean, they not bubbling, they were fake. Now, mind you, I had them put so many people on, so many of my friends onto that Spot. They don't went and got baby fat outfits, Air Force Ones. And Air Force Ones were bubbling up, but not mine. But with mine, the stitching was bad. It was like
Okay.
thick. And so I remember at that time, I think if your FO1s was real, it would say made in Vietnam or something like that. And I think mine said that too. So anyway, I quickly calculated them shoes was fake and I literally gave them away and never like, and then I was so ashamed because I really was like making money at the time. So why couldn't I just spend 20, 30 more dollars to get some real ones?
That's what I'm saying. It was just the discount, like,
Or something. We thinking we just don't found the hookup spot. Like I remember really thinking we don't found this hidden gem in the hood of MLK.
wow.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so but
Also,
I ain't want no fake designer. I just definitely, I like, to this day, I feel subconscious. Like if I were to get something that wasn't real, I don't even think I would wear it because I would just think like when I go out, like people are gonna know that this is fake.
yeah, no, heck yeah. And even if you can't see it to your eye, there is somebody who knows. Because I remember when I used to tell people that somebody had on fake Jordans, and they'd be like, how you know? I'm like, don't you wear them? Like, because, now to the point, you wear something, like if you know a product, you can, like Jordans, you can just look at when I worked at the UGG store, I could spot fake Uggs right away. Right away. The
Yeah.
stitching, the color, the shade, the thickness, the way they stand, it's just so many things about it. And nobody had to school me on that. I just saw enough Uggs to be like, sweetie, you got them from Alibaba. And I don't like that. But no, what's funny is I have a Damier-esque makeup case.
Oh yeah.
But what's fun, I swear to God, I never got it because it looked like Louis Vuitton. I got it because it was cheaper than the one that I wanted. And I'm like, I'm gonna just get this one. And it was like $14, but literally it has never left my bathroom. So
I was about to say it don't leave the house, so that ain't nothing. That ain't like something else like
and it's got a whole
you just
tag on it
wear
that
as
don't
a
even say Louis
handbag or
Vuitton.
you be flexing with it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. I'm not even into designer like that. And a few designer stuff I got, honey, I ain't pay much for it. But it's real.
yes, you did. You paid much for it, but not the full price, maybe. But
Yeah. Cause it's fake.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
All right, man.
So no, this is gonna be a wild card episode. Do you have like an ideal date? Like, what would be a date that you would just like that would make your day?
I think about this very often, actually. Let me see. I have a lot. Like, I think you ever go places or see stuff and you're like, oh, that would be a cool date.
No, because I probably already did it before.
Nah, for real. Yeah, I'll be on some shit. I honestly, I've never went on a trip with somebody I was dating, like a vacation. So I would love to see how that feels to just go on a trip with somebody who I'm in a relationship with. Like, I've never been on a vacation before, ever.
You went to New Orleans?
That wasn't a vacation, sis. That was, all my friends was there.
Oh,
We all rode in the same car.
I got you.
So, and we stayed in the same place. It wasn't no vacation.
Believe it or not, I really have not gone on many dates outside of relationships. Like, I never really had a dating. All the dudes I would come across would be a kick it at the house type of dude. And so whenever one of them kick it at the house, let me not say that. So yeah, I mean, honestly, that's really what it was. And so, except my current relationship, we did have a date, and it was we went to an ice cream shop. That's that's all it took. But one thing I've learned anyway that I appreciate, especially about maybe like first dates, is somewhere we can actually like talk and get to know each other. Like, I don't know why people think the movies is a good date, but it's an awful date. Because literally all that's gonna happen is you're gonna be in there, get your little poom poom played with.
Oh my God.
And then you're gonna go home and then talk on the phone on the way home, and it's just like, what do we do to get to know each other? Now, I know in a previous relationship we went on a date to go bowling, and that was fun because it's kind of competitive, and so you get to kind of see people's personality, if they're a sore loser or if they even have effort inside of them. But I just think that it just needs to be something where you could just talk and get to know each other. I think maybe going to the park, like I think a lot of people put pressures on really romantic first dates, and it's all about preference. But I actually don't mind going to the park and going bike ride, or just somewhere where there is something that can spark conversation. Like if you go to Piedmont Park, I mean, you see like water and ducks. You can talk about places around the city, just something that can just spark get to know each other. But I think that people don't really know how to date. So they don't do stuff like that because they just want to like stunt a little bit.
Yeah, everything is a photo moment, and not saying that there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm the type of person where I love to look back at photos and just reminisce on times where it was, I went to this place, whatever. But I think that people nowadays post pictures and do certain things just to get like clout off of it, like, oh yeah, like I went here with my man, did this, and it's not really genuine to me.
Yeah.
Because like, do you really like that, or you just trying to please people so people can know that your man will spend $200 on a date? Because that was a whole topic on Twitter
Yeah.
once.
Oh, that's so stupid. But just know we haven't. Look, how
Thanks.
soon? How soon do you like try to take a picture with the person you dating? I always think that's such an awkward thing to do the first time.
I'm on my Alicia, to be honest. I've had some bad experiences in the past twice, where I was online posting who I was dating, and whatever. We can have pictures together, but these going in our photo
No,
album.
that's what I mean. I mean like pictures in general, just to have your phone. Like, how soon do you do that?
I mean, honestly, you can go because I think it's romantic to like, say for instance, say if you got married, right, and you had kids. I think that it would be cool to show your kids like, this was our first date. I don't see nothing wrong with going on a first date and y'all take pictures. Like if y'all go to dinner and it's a nice background or whatever, and y'all take a picture together. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't see anything wrong with it either. But now I'm thinking like, does it depend on how soon y'all took your first date? Because I think that if you just like, let's say you text somebody, y'all like, okay, cool, well, let's meet up and go on this date. I mean, I knew you for a couple of weeks or a couple of days. Do I take a picture, or is this more so like we've been talking on the phone? I really like you. I guess for me, just for me, I always feel awkward to take that first date. Well, ironically, in my situation, he took the first picture, so I was like, phew, here we go.
Yeah.
But I feel like it might have took a couple months. Like it really took a while. But yeah, I just always think about that. And then I guess when you do take that picture, you do need to establish like, does this go on the internet? Because some people don't want to be,
Don't post me.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
I've gotten into arguments with people about that because I'm like, don't, and I think they took it as if I don't want to be seen with them, or I
Yeah,
think
or that you got something to hide.
either I got something to hide, or that I don't know, because people seem to always bring up my job and what I do in conversations for some reason. But I'm like, are you mad about it, or like
Yeah,
what?
it's just and that's the sucky part about dating, right? Because I mean, all that is aligned around trust, but so many people are trifling that you just assume everybody telling the same lie. I know I did. I mean, it's like, why wouldn't you want to post me? Like, what you mean? But now I'm in a place where I'm just like, why do I need to? And it's not even because to me, like I always say, like posting. I mean, you can post who you want to post on your social medias, but I think that when people flood, it's just like them convincing themselves that they got something good going on.
Oh yeah, for sure, niece.
All right, next on the docket, Wet ASS Pussy came out with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
But could you say WAP?
WAP, I know. WAP. So okay, first of all, my first thoughts, I did not like the song like that at first. I do like it, but I instantaneously attract the trap music. When it's not trap music, I just gotta like hear it in the car or something. But anyway, I stayed up at midnight for the video release. I like the video. I do like the song. And then ever since 12:01 midnight, people just been debating about how nasty the song is, and it's just
Yeah.
over the top. And why Kylie Jenner in the video and wop wop wop, literally. So first things first, I want to ask you, like, what are your thoughts on just people feeling like the song is too explicit?
Let's see. Boosie came out with a song a few months ago called Nasty, and I hear people singing the lyrics and not talking about what he's talking about in the song. He's literally saying the most raunchiest shit ever in that song. Not to just pinpoint him out, but dudes always talk about, like, even with Lucci, he got that song Wet that just came out not that long ago. It's very raunchy. I don't understand why men can't comprehend the fact that women can be just as sexual as them, if not more. And I mean, I try not to speak on a lot of situations dealing with women because, for one, I'm not a woman, and then I don't date them, so I don't really know too much. But I just listen to what my female friends talk about, and their issues. I just understand that, like, it's not even that deep. It's a song. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. It's not even that serious.
It's not
I don't know
even
why
that.
people don't. I don't know why people have to have think pieces about stuff like that. And like, even dating back to the early 1920s and 30s, they were making sexual songs like that. So why is it now? I'm pretty
People
sure
are having sex.
now. I'm like, why is it have like? I don't get it. Like, I understand. You don't want your kids to do that or listen to that type of stuff, but realistically, they gotta grow up one day, and they're gonna learn about that type of stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me that this is causing so much controversy. And out of all people, I seen that little comment that CeeLo made earlier, and it just kind of threw me off because I'm like, back in the day, Outkast and Stankonia. What was the
Stankonia? That was a record.
That was their record label name.
Well, I think that's what I don't know if you mean Dungeon Family.
Dungeon Family. I'm sorry. Like they Dungeon Family their like album covers used to be very explicit. Like I remember looking at a lot of album covers, and it was like black girls with afros and titties out and all sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why you coming in with what?
This my thing. People, number one, I think that people have become so overly aware of every little thing that now everything is an issue. Also, it's so interesting how people act like when they like these days, and I see this a lot. Oh, nobody's ever did this before. I saw an article where somebody said that Drake invented rapping and singing. Okay, we're gonna hang that one to dry. But I'm just sharing an example. But first of all, like you said, there's music that we can find right now in the 30s and the 20s or whatever the case is, talking very explicitly. There were female rappers, singers, male rap. I mean, 2 Chainz said left hand on the steering wheel, right hand on that pussy. And but that was not a problem. Like to me, this song, nothing about this song shocked me. Nothing was made me like clench my bra strap. Like I just didn't like nothing about it made me feel like outraged. And I hate that people try to use it's children that listen to your music. Listen, this is I think that there is a point where you do have to protect your children from certain things, but sex sells and is always going to sell. You need to train up a child in the way they should go. And if they stray from that, I mean, that's just a decision they made. I be telling my boyfriend all the time, I grew up rapping Trina word for word, 8 years old, Lil' Kim. Yeah. And it ain't, I mean, I don't know, did it negatively impact me? I don't think so. I'm still a quote unquote wholesome gal. And that just is what it is.
Somebody tweeted that the other day, said they grew up listening to Lil' Kim and Trina, and to be honest, they scared to make an OnlyFans. I said, period. Like that, listening to that music doesn't make you turn into.
It does not. Now it might expose you to more things, but the music is not raising your children and kids. People, there are billions of people on this planet, and to think that you can be the one that shields them from all the stuff that exists is not realistic. It's just not. And it's just not fair to help put that kind of pressure on an artist who was using their creativity to express something they want to talk about for how your child turns out.
Yeah.
That's not their fault, and it won't be their fault, because just like they rapping about that, I'm pretty sure you got some pictures at Freaknik.
Period. I got pictures at Freaknik. I'll just play now.
You probably don't. Oh, my nose itching. Sorry. All right, so for the final topic, I wanted to talk about I saw something that happened. I don't really want to say what it was because it might be a little problematic, but it made me think just about like how a lie can negatively impact someone or maybe ruin an experience, I'll say. And so I want to ask you about a particular lie that somebody may have told that just ruined something for you, or you just kind of was like taken aback, like, excuse me?
I've probably been getting lied to since I was like 4 years old. So I'm trying to just think about like a particular lie.
I know I was lied. As soon as I came out the womb, I was getting lied to.
I remember as early as back as I was like 4 years old, my sister used to tell me that she was eating barbecue chips. In reality, they were like hot. So I used to think that they were so pretty because, I mean, when you little, you just get fascinated by like color. So imagine you looking at a fire red chip, like potato chip, and your sister telling you it's barbecue, and you like, oh, I want to try it. And I'm 4, so she giving me that damn chip, and I would eat it, and it would just be so fucking hot. But I just grew to love it. I don't know why. Like, like I remember my sister used to put hot sauce on her chicken. I wanted to try it, and I was 5 years old.
I never get into hot sauce when I was a kid.
I ate that hot sauce, and ever since then, I just ate it.
See, train up a child in the way they should go. Just kidding.
But I'm trying to see stuff as an adult. Like I have people lie about really weird stuff that I just don't understand, and it doesn't turn me off. Well, it does turn me off. I'm lying. Let me just give an example.
Okay.
I've had people in my life. I'm not gonna say which part of my life because it's gonna give too much info, but I have people tell me that they are allergic to certain things instead of just saying that they they don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see.
It's like I know exactly what you mean.
You know, and I think that it's just like a coping mechanism to not look problematic because you know that you complain a lot about stuff. I think so. You
You
lie.
start just coming up with excuses so people can look at you differently, but they know you lying.
So with that being said, if you're gonna tell people that you are allergic to things like nuts and seafood, different things like that, just make sure that it adds up. If you're allergic to nuts and you're not really allergic, if you're allergic to nuts, you can't eat Chick-fil-A.
You
They
can't eat
fry
a whole lot of stuff.
they fry their food in peanut oil. So that's all I say about that. And also, if you're allergic to seafood, even if you pick the seafood out your food, you still gonna have a reaction. So I'm gonna just leave that out. So that really stopped. That alone really stopped me from inviting people out to dinner in certain places because it's irritating. Like I can't just say you don't like it or you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's
So
cool.
So there are some people that we know. There are actually multiple people that me and you both know that are
Let me
pathological
just say
liars.
that this episode is problematic already. I'm here for it. Let's go. OD, open discussion, baby. Chill out. Lying is problematic.
Okay, so we went to school with some pathological liars. Like people, like it's so crazy how people's behaviors as a child, like follow them through their adult ways. Like they literally are the same people, and it's so funny because anyway. So I'm gonna use this story that has scarred me. It scarred me very much early on, and it really ruined, my perception of people. Okay, so when we were young, I had the biggest obsession with Bow Wow. Like I loved him. I wanted
Really?
anything.
I never noticed.
I had this. I just anything that was affiliated with him, I wanted to be a part of. So at one point, I had never seen Bow Wow in person before. I never seen his we couldn't afford tickets to go to the concert, so I never did nothing that I could never go where he was at. So anyway, there were two girls that I hung with in middle school, and one day I was on the phone with one of them, and the third one called us on three-way and was basically like, "Oh my God, y'all, did y'all hear me on the radio just now?" And we was like, no, because we really didn't. And long story short, she basically kicked it like she had won some Bow Wow tickets to his he had a concert coming up for his new album. I think this is when Doggy Bag came out. So anyway, she kicked it like she won some tickets to this concert, and we all excited. Somehow she got 3 tickets, which is interesting to me because I had 1 ticket off the radio before, and they only give you 2. But I ain't really tripped because I'm like, hey, Bow Wow, what's good?
Yeah.
So anyway, we all on three-way. And then she calls the radio station on her end. And she's like, "Hey y'all, it's me, the Bow Wow girl." She didn't call the station like where they're recorded. She called their administrative side. And so none of this seemed unfamiliar to me because I had actually won tickets off the radio before. I had 1 ticket to see Lil Romeo. And so I know how that process works. So anyway, she and this I'm just telling you this because I'm gonna point out how I should something was iffy anyway. So she was like, "Hey, it's me, the Bow Wow girl. So what do I need to do? Come get my tickets." And so the lady just gave her the information. Like, you can come down to the station, you need to do this, do this, do that. Okay, cool. Now, mind you, when you win stuff off the radio, once they take you off the live air, they'll play a song, you on the phone with them and they're telling you right then and there what to do to reclaim it. So the radio doesn't just the call doesn't just drop because they got to tell you what to do to claim your prize. And so anyway, I remember her calling and I'm just like, why she just not calling? They should have been told her. So anyway, so we get our plan together. This is the day of the concert. How are we gonna get there? We in middle school. We don't have a car. So her cousin, who lives in Rex, Georgia, picks us up, and we go down to the radio station to pick up these tickets. Okay. The radio station don't know us. Okay.
No.
They don't know her. They don't know me, and they barely know Bow Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
Now, we confused, all right, and we upset because number one, my mama didn't even want me to go down with this stranger to go see Bow Wow. I had to beg, okay, to be even allowed to spend night at somebody else's house to go to this concert. So now we confused. How long?
I do remember this now because when you was telling me the other day, I didn't remember it. When you said y'all spent the night there, I remember that.
Yes, and so mind you now, the night we went to get the tickets the day of the concert, which was Red Flag number 10,000. But that whole night leading up to the day of the concert, we played Bow Wow album from beginning to end on repeat. Okay, on repeat. Oh, we gonna know these lyrics. That's what we told. We was like, we gonna know these lyrics. Anyway, to keep them rambling, we found out that we ain't got no tickets and we don't know what to do. So we just like pissed off. We going off all this other stuff, blah 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 blah. And then we find out that the concert, basically to get in the concert, all you needed was a copy of the CD. Red Flag number 10,019 is
Oh my
200
god,
million. So now we like, what? All you need is a CD. So now I'm thinking like, well, what tickets was she talking about if all we needed was a CD?
girl.
So anyway, so now we riding around downtown trying to find a CD store that's open. It's a Sunday. They not open because this is like early in the day. I can't even remember what time the concert is supposed to start. But now we on a dummy mission to find CDs to get into a concert that we won tickets to go to.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. We couldn't find nothing. And then we go home. And so two things happened. My cousin, whose mother worked at the venue, which was at City Hall, told me that she literally could have got us in. So now I'm real mad because I'm like, that she, first of all, she knew I was going, so it wasn't even a matter of me, like I didn't know the real, like I could have, had I known that her mama worked there, I could have been like, hey, can you get us in? Okay, cool, whatever. So now I'm real mad because I not only was this about to be my first time to see Bow Wow, but I could have still seen him had I just been able to, you know what I'm saying, peel off.
Yeah.
Then I tell my mama what happened. I'm like, man, mama, she won these tickets off the radio. The radio station didn't get us the tickets, blah, blah, blah. My mama really, honestly, if you tell my mama an inch of a story that somebody did you wrong, she gonna spaz on them for you. And that's just really how it be. Oh, she called up there and went the F off, okay? Told them all this stuff and like, why y'all, these are kids and they innocent and they didn't win it. I'm sure them people was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But also they could have been like, you know what? It could have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So they don't send us like this little media kit with all this like radio station paraphernalia, like tapes to movies, jackets, t-shirts, you name it. And what's funny, they really only gave her enough for me. But anyway, so we get back to school and I talked to friend number 2 who was with us, and she was like, she lied about that. Like, that really wasn't even true or what happened. Like, we was on a 3-day dummy mission.
Oh my god. Okay.
How do you do that? How do you just lie that much that you get your family involved?
How are you that comfortable?
How are you, like, for real? And it's so crazy. She had a whole intricate like she could repeat back the whole phone conversation on the radio and all this stuff. Man, I was so doggone mad, man. You know how much I used to love Bow Wow. Like, I really, and to this day, this girl is a compulsive liar. It never stopped. She used to lie about where she was from, about how many siblings she got. She just is out of her goddamn mind.
Oh my god. I remember that. I think that's terrible. I think honestly that's a mental illness.
Oh, it is.
Just to know liars, and coming from being a child and even my adult life, I definitely told like little white lies, but just looking at people that lie on a constant basis,
I mean, for no reason.
It just made me to the point where I'm like, you know what, honestly, I realize how dumb that sounds and looks, so let me just not.
Listen, we know people who don't fake people's deaths. They don't fake accidents. They don't fake, like, I mean, it's to the point where it's literally like I literally could say, hey, and they be like, I just won a lotto. And I'm just like, why you, like, you ain't have to say nothing.
I remember this one time, and don't you say nothing. Just touch and agree. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You'll understand why when I say this.
Okay.
I remember this one time, this boy, he had lied on this group of people. And so the group of people had found out. And in order for the he ended up like trying to reverse it back on them so they could feel bad for him. And so he had posted like pictures online trying to pretend that he was about to kill himself. So he poured like ketchup on his arm and and like a knife, and put like really devilish music on his MySpace page, and like he put like these crazy quotes on there, and I'm just like, wow.
I remember.
Yeah. You remember that night?
I remember for the ketchup. Oh God, it's like, bruh, this is ketchup.
Is that considered a sociopath? Let me Google what that
Yes,
means.
it is a sociopath, a psychopath, a attention path, a weird path, life path, number path. Listen, I remember that. I didn't know that they put music on their page.
Oh yeah, it was like some really sad, like demonic music.
And they do that often to this day. And how long ago was that? A long time ago.
Yeah. I also had another situation. Now that we're on the subject, everything's just falling into my lap. Because at first I'm like, I don't know if I know, but I got some stuff. So there's this one person. Like I've learned to not hold grudges. Like I really try to just
I've grown out of that too.
Like move past stuff. But there's this one individual that I don't think that I will ever in life just no, because you lied to me. So this boy wanted to date my ex-boyfriend while we were together. He wanted to date him so bad that he went and told him that me and him used to talk and we had sex outside of my outside of a Walmart. I'm not Walmart, some like alley or something. Let me tell you something. During this time I was living with my sister. I was not out and I was not even dating boys. If I can remember, I wasn't even like sleeping with boys at that time because I was just like so cautious about what I did. He made up that whole story only to date I'm not even gonna go there because it's just like you wanted to date him so bad that you would make a lie to say we had sex with each other, and then made the scenario so extra, like, oh, it was outside and this place outside of a car and all that stuff. I'm like, that is
I don't have my party light on. I don't like that. That's so crazy to want to date somebody that bad. Like this must be your soulmate. You doing all that. Are they still together?
They never dated.
For what was the reason?
That's what I'm saying. They never even dated, to be honest. And he changed his name on Facebook to his last name and everything. Like, it was a major thing.
That is crazy. Man, you know what's so crazy? When I was little, I definitely used to tell a lot of lies. But I have learned, it's going to sound a little deep, but I did learn later on in life that I used to lie because I wanted attention from my mama. So I would just lie on stuff so she can, like, turn up on my behalf. Because I just wanted her to, like, show that she cared. So I'm just like, I know my mom going to come up here and cuss them out. So let me say this happened. But now looking back, it was so embarrassing because I did used to get confronted about my lies by, like, teachers and stuff. And I used to feel embarrassed because it wasn't nobody
confront you about it?
Huh? Oh yes! Oh my God! I had so many teachers. It used to be bad. I had a terrible childhood. I ain't gonna lie. I don't miss none of that junk. But I definitely had teachers who would confront me and just be like, Alicia, why did you lie? And it wasn't like in a negative way. They genuinely was trying to teach me a lesson. Like, why did you lie about this? And I just be like, I don't know. And I didn't know either. But when I got older, I realized I just was doing it for attention.
So do you think? So it, like, just to kind of figure out the root of it. And I know we're not psychologists or anything, but do you think that that's the root behind liars? Like, they do that to get attention, or do they just do that like, what is it?
I think a lot of them, yes, because sometimes people do things for attention to fill a void, but that void will never be filled, so they just keep doing it and it just becomes a behavior, like a pattern. Like, and it's just like people who lie and pretend like they have really nice things because they want to be accepted. They want to have a certain demeanor about them, but it's really just to fill a void of something they actually can't do. And then, I don't even know if people, like some people, they just can't stop doing, like the person that lied about them Bow Wow tickets, she still be lying about everything. She lies about everything.
The people that we knew growing up that were pathological liars are still pathological.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. It was another person that we used to kick it with who I think she was the first compulsive liar I ever met. And then that's when this was also in middle school. And it's just so crazy. But yeah, it's just so crazy to me. It's just like, doesn't make sense. And even the person that we know right now who lies a lot, it's to the point where when something major happens to this person, we don't even know if it's true now. Like, what are we supposed to believe? You don't burn every believable bridge ever. And then this is what I don't like. And when this person would start stuff, they would cause such a big scene to create people to feel bad for them. And that's their way of feeling better about it. Like, they'll start a bunch of mess off of some lies. They get called out about it. And now they want to cry and talk about how they daddy left them and went to prison and all this other stuff, which is also a lie. But so people can feel bad for them and then, like, not be so hard on them.
I said all the liars can just suck my ass at this point. I'm not dealing.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. It just doesn't make sense. So I wish, if you're listening right now, please tell us a story of somebody lie. I think this actually can be really funny. So I need to know. I know we ain't the only ones that know some lies. Hamilton Road ain't the only one to produce liars. There's some more y'all out there.
Gwinnett produces some lies too.
Oh, I believe now. I know for a fact because they up there thinking they in the hood. Now make that make sense.
I don't know what's going on over there. I never seen. I consider people who are fake hood liars as well. So
they definitely are. They pose it. They on their new. She would, yeah. I don't like that. That fake hood, John. I really take personally. On God, I really do.
I don't think that people understand like the. I mean, because the aesthetic is cool, and I get it. Like you want to look gangster, and then you like the style, you like the lingo, you like the music that comes from the hood. And I get it, but it's so much trauma that people like to this day, including myself, that I can't even get rid of. And
me too.
That happened while I was living in the hood, and just to think about like the type of things that my mom had to do to like survive in the fucking hood. Like I remember a point where we had to like boil water for like 3 months because we didn't have hot water because my mom couldn't afford it.
Oh, let me tell you, this is what we used to do. When our water would be out, we would get one of them little things where you can go to the sewer hole in the front of the yard and turn the water on temporarily. And so we would do that. So we would turn it on so we can have some running water to like if we need to take a shower. Then the gas would be off, so we have to boil the water to have a hot
in
bath.
Microwave.
Yeah.
In a mixing bowl.
Yes, and on top of that, once we were done, because our water was off, we had to take that same bath water and pour it down the toilet because the water pressure will make the toilet flush. But if your water is off, you can't even flush the toilet. Now, if you went through that, then maybe you might deserve some little accolades, but I don't like that. The hood. And then it's just so crazy. Like people, it's just like you said, it's just like, it's more than an aesthetic. Like this is a lifestyle. And I don't need no sympathy because I'm living well now, but it's just so crazy. The stuff that you really do go through living in the hood, and people just take what they see off of it and they want to like carry that on.
I'm not doing it.
At all, period. Let me say something. One time we didn't have no lights or no gas, and we had a grill. We used to cook on a grill. We had got like a $7 grill from Maxway, and we would barbecue scrambled eggs. Let me say some of the best eggs I ever had. If you ain't had no barbecue eggs, you ain't living.
Wait a minute.
Something about that smoke.
Your mama barbecue the eggs on the grill?
We would use a cast iron skillet and we would put it on top of the and honestly when we did this,
that's actually gourmet as fuck.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. The hood is innovative while y'all out here stealing. But yeah, it was so good. And I literally remember to this day how it tasted. And I'm like, oh, we need to always cook it like this. I remember not even having a grill and we had to make one out of some bricks that was in the backyard and some
period.
For real. It's just so crazy. It ain't even nothing like, I don't need no sympathy, nothing like that. But like you said, it's just so crazy. Like people who didn't even struggle want to struggle so bad. It's like, it's not.
Let me tell you something. It built character though, because a lot of stuff that I deal with today, I know how to maneuver through life because of
quickly.
Yeah, like
no setbacks. I can't be finessed and don't nothing hold me, like have me held back for real. I'd be like, okay, honey, this ain't nothing.
People like, all right. I'm like, girl, all you gotta do is this, and this, and this. Like,
exactly. Get off her.
How do you know that? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm from the hood. This is
right. You gotta be creative, honey.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk about our Black Business of the Week this week, and it is a business, but it's more so an artist. So her name is Reyna Noriega. She's an Afro Latina artist. But no, so Reyna Noriega is an artist, and a lot of her work is centered around like a faceless character, and her work is beautiful, y'all. I actually discovered her going to iCanvas.com. I was looking for some new artwork in my house, and then they had an artist spotlight, and Reyna was one of them. And not only is she beautiful, but she's just so freaking dope. Like, I'm gonna put her information in the episode notes, but please check out her work and please support her. I'm gonna order some more prints from her. But one thing that's really cool is today she announced on Twitter that she designed some merch for the WAP merch shop. So
yes,
I know. And it's so interesting because, to be honest, the merch is a little bit off from her traditional art. But it's so cool. It's just so cool. And she's just dope. And it usually when I see, like, I don't normally follow people on Instagram, but I just am so intrigued by her that I just like love seeing her post. She's just super cool. So If y'all get a chance, please check out Reyna Noriega. Super dope. Buy some art if you can. She got free wallpapers if you want to have some stuff on your phone. I think her stuff is very fairly priced. She's got scarves, masks, earrings, you name it, but she is really freaking dope. Do you have anything else you want to share with the people before we go?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, all right, y'all. Thank you.
I don't have anything coming up. I'm very busy, booked and busy these days. Okay.
Okay.
And if y'all are some leasing agents, work at some leasing offices, some luxury apartments, then call me.
Please and thanks. Get my boy a roof, man.
Thank you.
Well, all right, y'all. It's been another episode. It's been, what's it, the 85th? Hold on, let me confirm. Yes. Oh, 84. Well, it would have been 85. All right. So thank you so much for listening to the 84th episode of OD Podcast. See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye.